Hello Starcraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between AgGaming and NightEnD on Ruins of Seras. Alright, so this is a ZVP, and as far as I understand, this is from a DreamHack qualifying match from a couple of weeks ago. So these are two very amazing players, and let's go ahead and introduce them. On the bottom left side of Ruins of Seras, we have the yellow Zerg player. It is AgGaming from AG. And as far as I know, this is the AgGaming clan here. They play Guild Wars, they play Starcraft. I found some stuff about them on the internet, and you can check them out for some more Starcraft 2 stuff and other games as well. On the right side and the bottom of Ruins of Seras, we have the blue Protoss player. It is NightEnD. NightEnD is a Romanian Protoss player, Starcraft 2 professional, nice guy as well, and we will see how he fares against the Zerg player in this particular match. Blue versus yellow, I like that color combination, it's kind of nice. I like yellow for Zerg as well. I've always liked yellow for Zerg. Even back when I was playing Starcraft 1, back in the day, you could choose your colors in multiplayer games, and I'd usually choose yellow just because it looks so striking. I think maybe it was a problem because it made my units easy to see on the minimap, and so my opponents could see me coming without really having to focus too much about it. But I liked it anyway, and it's just a very striking color. Warcraft 2 actually had the ability to make your units have yellow accents as well, and I thought that looked very nice, especially for the Horde race. So anyway, not to talk about too much from back in the olden days of gaming, but another quick announcement here. I am planning on doing some Bronze League Heroes type stuff about once a week. Friday nights there will be a third cast posted wherein I just kind of show some lobby games from players who are new to the game. And so if you're interested, go ahead and send me your replays to falconpaladin@gmail.com, and I'll get them to squeaks and screen the best ones, and then cast, like I said, about one a week. Now, don't want to really overwhelm you guys with cast, but I feel like that's something that I can handle. So again, falconpaladin@gmail.com for those games if you're a lobby, and again, continue to send me your games if your masters are higher, or if it's just really an interesting game with a new strategy that no one's ever seen before, or just a really good back and forth, or something like a base race. Send that over too. I'll have Squeaks take a look at it, and it might be a good place indeed. 4 Lings try to come out. Can they get in? They do! Oh, AgGaming, you got the Lings on inside. They're going to get a scout off. I don't think they're going to be able to kill too much, just because NightEnD has very good probe control. Yeah, look at this, getting a surround, killing one of the Lings immediately without losing a single probe there. There are now 4 Lings, 5 Lings in the base. 2 more Lings here though, and gonna kill another probe, getting on out of there. They don't want to be surrounded by the probes and the zealot. The probes here, is this enough to actually kill another probe? The control here is impeccable for AgGaming, picking off so many probes and still even losing a single Ling at this point. Mothership Core is on the way, and when she shows up, she'll be able to use Photon Overcharge twice, and that should be enough from this Ling harassment. Speed finishes for the Lings as well, and there's the Mothership Core. Where's the Photon Overcharge? There it is. The Lings are forced to retreat out of there. There's no way they don't want to get anywhere in range of that pylon, but Lings on the backside here trying to kill this pylon all by their lonesomes, but there's an Adept out, and the Adept can two-shot these Lings, doing 23 damage versus light. I don't think they'll be able to get that pylon at all. This small group of Lings as well, waiting for the overcharge to finish. But guess what? Mothership Core has enough for 1 more and 2 more in just a couple seconds. She does pop out again with enough energy for 2 photon overcharges. Another one pops up. The probes get a surround here as well. And another probe goes down, though. AgGaming showing some pretty good control. Again, losing Lings here, but at the same time, killing probes. So 5 probes have been lost so far by NightEnD. It is 25 to 21 total available. Mothership Core now has 4 total kills. She is a hero. Looking to take another base. There it is. NightEnD taking the second base here. Second base is up and running for AgGaming. Probably should take a third and also should inject. It's very close. Oh, look at that timing. 3 energy. That is so beautiful there. This queen should inject as well, but it looks like she's going to throw down a creep tumor instead. So we'll have to see how that works out for her. Zealots and Adepts holding this front line against Lings. They're moving out now. They're going to try to attack. They're going to force the Zerg player to make units instead of drones. That's exactly what AgGaming wants to do right now. It's just make a million drones. Actually, you know what? 10 Lings. Never mind. He's playing an aggressive style, which you don't see very much in ZVP these days. So let's see how this happens here. Again, 2 Zealots and 2 Adepts against essentially what is going to be 25 Lings. I don't know how this is going to work here, but yeah, there's enough Lings here. They get a good surround, trying to get a good angle to defend here, but nope, the Zealots get completely surrounded. The Adepts up against the wall is where they want to be. They are killing Lings, but not before they all get completely cleaned up. No, Psionic Transfer kills or survives, saves saves this Adept with so few hit points left. The Lings are trying to find her, but she manages to Sonic Transfer into the base and survive. Very, very, very close for her. This Sentry needs to throw down a force field like now. There it is. Close indeed. Sentry down to 8 hit points. Ooh, a little bit late there for NightEnD. Warping an Adept on the outside. Not sure what that's about. Photon Overcharge being used to kill this Overlord. A probe transfer. Going on down to this Nexus. Third base is up and running for AgGaming. Look at this. Just holding on versus this pressure from NightEnD thus far. Doesn't even let the army get really anywhere near his second base. Hydralisk down on the way. I love this play from AgGaming. Lurker Hydra is a very potent combination against Protoss players. Disruptors can deal with it fairly well, which is exactly why NightEnD is getting a robotics facility, because that can help you on your way to get the Disruptor. Actually, you need it to get Disruptors. So here comes the Overseer scouting on out. We'll see the robo facility. The Sentries are going to try to kill this. Their DPS isn't all that great, throwing down a Changeling, which probably is going to get spotted here by NightEnD. And actually not quite yet. The Overseer gets that full scout off, recognizes the Forge is chrono boosting, sees the Twilight Council chrono boosting as well. Blink on the way for the Protoss player, and Photon Overcharge being used. Overseer ends up dying. Always a very, very fun death animation on that one. What is this? Hallucinated Phoenix scouting things around. Spore Crawlers popping up. You know what? A single Spore Crawler in each of your mineral lines never hurt anybody. I know it's 3 drones, and I know you'd rather have the drones, but they're good against DTs. They're good against Phoenix Harass. They're good against attacks from Void Rays. Just having it is super useful all throughout the game. I recommend just doing it blind, honestly, as a Zerg player. So here are the first Hydralisks popping on out for AgGaming, trying to make something happen here. Is there a Lurker Den being morphed in is the question of the day. Evolution Chamber there. And no, getting the muscular augments, making Hydralisks faster and have more range. That does complete. The Hydras are now faster. You'll notice they're moving very well off creep, which makes them so much more reliable than they used to. The Lings trying to get on top of these Sentries, and they do manage to kill 1 and 2 Sentries go down, as well as an Adept. Double Photon Overcharge, forcing the Lings on out of there. The Changeling as well. Oh, gets killed by the Adept. NightEnD says, "You don't fool me. I know what you are. You are a Changeling." So the Hydralisks continue to push out here. Keeping NightEnD inside his base is kind of amazing. Double Photon Overcharge, though. Ooh, killing so many Hydralisks, forcing them out of range of those things of death. Mothership Core has enough for 2 more of those. Don't you mind. 2 more Photon Overcharges are available for here, but the Hydralisks continue to stream. There's the Lurker Den. Lurker Den morphing on in for AgGaming as well. This 3-base play looking very, very strong indeed for AgGaming. Can NightEnD pull this out? I really don't know. +1 missile attacks on the way for those Lurkers and Hydras, making them that much more potent. Just poking on up, canceling a pylon there, getting some shots off on this gateway, baiting out more Photon Overcharges, losing a Hydralisk for it, a little bit sloppy. But in the end, I don't think it really matters all that much. But here are the Disruptors. Purification Nova is going to be the answer, I think, against AgGaming here. A single Purification Nova could kill like 8 of those Hydralisks if they're not split well, which is why AgGaming is splitting here. You'll notice they're split into 2 groups, maybe splitting further at this point. NightEnD says, "I want to get out of my base. I want to take a third. I feel like this is so necessary." Purification Nova, woo, catching a single Hydralisk. But that's about it. That does last 2 seconds. You'll notice down here, Ball of Energy lasts 2 seconds if it's a powerful Nova, dealing 145 splash damage to nearby ground units and structures. And you'll notice Hydralisks only have 80 health, so that is a bit of overkill for them to take 145 splash damage. And can NightEnD do this is going to be the question. Getting a pretty good concave. Purification Nova killing a ton of Hydralisks, though. All that is left here is just about 5 Hydralisks with a pretty good concave, but they are outnumbered severely. Disruptor, 4 kills. Disruptor, 1 kill there. And the other Disruptor, 4 kills as well. So 8 total kills from the Disruptors pushing on now. NightEnD has the advantage. Lurkers are morphing in. Those could be very, very useful. Spinecrawler going to be helpful as well, but I just don't know if AgGaming has enough to make this happen. 58 Harvesters are here, 5 Hydralisk, 8 Hydras on the way, Lings on the way as well, trying to burrow this Spore Crawler here to deal with the Warp Prism. Spinecrawler pops, that's really good timing there. The Lings trying to kill what they can, but they're just severely outnumbered. There aren't enough of them to really make a difference. The Spore Crawler ends up dead. There are Lurkers available, but there is an Observer as well. Double Purification Nova is enough to kill a Lurker. Lurker ends up dead. The Hydras pop on out. Purification Nova whiffs entirely there. Disruptor ends up dead. Adeptors falling as well. Disruptor gets picked up by the Warp Prism and evacuated out of there immediately, getting the Observer and another Adept as well. This is a back and forth match. I don't really know who's going to win this one. Hydras continuing to push their advantage. The Disruptors are here though. Run! Purification Nova, oh, killing 2 of those Hydralisks, and a Lurker ends up dead as well. Just Purification Nova is so very, very strong. 2 more Disruptors on the way for NightEnD here, continuing to make Hydralisk, continuing to make workers. Here is AgGaming, and again, NightEnD is stuck on 2 bases. He wants to take a third, but guess what? There's a Ling here. It's going to delay the third even further. Can it get down the Nexus? No, it can't. And the Ling, if it burrowed, that might actually be even more annoying here. Adept being warped in to get rid of this such pesky Ling. Look at that warp in time. It's not, this pylon is not touching a Nexus or a gateway. Yep, there we go. The Ling does get taken down in 2 shots by the Adept. The pylon, the probe does indeed end up making the Nexus there as well. But here come the Lings, here come the Hydras, here come the Lurkers. Again, AgGaming is trying to make this work, getting that split off, trying to get a concave, force the Protoss in this particular setup, but getting very, very close with the Lurkers. Very, very dangerous indeed. Lurkers are good when they're sieging, which is what they need to do. Purification Nova getting on top and killing a whole ton of Hydralisks. Once again, Purification Nova again killing Hydralisk. Hydralisk group dying. Left and right, all that's left is a few Lurkers and 3 Hydralisks. Yahoo! Disruptor is a good unit. Changelings being killed as well. NightEnD very intelligent, recognizing what's going on there. 3 bases still for AgGaming. Probably should take a 4th. I feel like there are observers here that make them able to see these burrowed Lurkers, and I think NightEnD just might go for it here. Purification Nova, yep, double Purification Nova taking out that Lurker is enough to take on a Lurker with 2 of those anyway. That observer does get picked off, but there's still another one in this army. Doesn't really too much in the end for AgGaming. NightEnD is down 63 to 46 total harvesters. A lot of income coming in for AgGaming, but he's kind of stuck on Hydralisk. I don't know if this is what he wants to do. Catching some transferring Hydralisks there, forcing a back there, burrowing the Lurkers on the right side. But guess what? Purification Nova killing, no, does not get either of the Lurkers. Surprisingly enough, more Novas killing Hydralisks. The Lurkers are continuing to use their spines, but again, the Hydralisk count is just getting so low. Meanwhile, NightEnd's army continues to grow in size and in strength. Upgrades +1 attack upgrades here. Another Purification Nova killing a Lurker unnecessarily. I think it was already dead at this point, but AgGaming is kind of stuck on this Hydra composition here. I feel like maybe he needs to go for Mutalisks, something the Disruptors can't really handle. Maybe Ultralisks in the end would be a good choice as well, but he kind of seems to be stuck on the Lurker Hydra, which again is good, but this Disruptor control for NightEnD has just been insane. It's been very, very good and very hard to stop for AgGaming thus far, and here comes the push from NightEnD again, trying to make something happen here. The Hydras are a little bit clumped up. There are Lurkers burrowed to the left side, throwing their spines up. They do extra damage to armored, which means the Stalkers take their hits. Purification Nova whiffs there, a rare whiff by NightEnD, and then just backing out. You know, whiffing's no big deal. You have more Purification Novas where those came from. The Lings are trying to get a counterattack onto the 3rd base, but immediately warping in Adepts, recognizing the threat is NightEnD, and those Lings will not be able to do anything at all. They might actually be scouting for additional bases they don't know about, but we'll see where they go indeed. Setting up a contain here is the Protoss player NightEnD. He is blue. And pushing in once again, there's a Queen. She decides to attack, and for her trouble, takes some shots to the face. Doesn't actually end up dead here. The Lings say, yeah, they got completely cleaned up. Photon overcharge as well. Perhaps overkill. A couple more shots there to kill a Lurker. And blinking right on top of everything are these Stalkers. This Queen is still alive. Somehow, she's taken so many hits, but she continues to keep ticking there. Purification Nova, Lurker, bam. The splash damage means you don't even have to see them to hit them, so keep that in mind. Protoss players who are watching this game thus far. Is AgGaming going for it here? Looks like he is trying to attack as best he can. Purification Nova whiffing once more. Lurkers trying to burrow. They're really needed for this particular battle, but a bunch of them end up dead before they can actually burrow. The Hydralisks are doing very well against these Adepts here. The Ling is taking a lot of damage as well, but there are still a ton of Stalkers down below. There are still 4 Disruptors, more Adepts getting warped on in. There's just nothing left for AgGaming. He has a Lurker and a handful of Hydralisks with +2 attack here. Purification Nova, the final nail in the coffin, I think, here, and that's it. AgGaming calls the GG, is defeated, and NightEnD is victorious here at the 14-minute and 16-second mark. And once again, as I have been saying for so long on my channel, this ZVP is courtesy the Disruptor. I mean, the number of units killed by these disruptors was just insane. Again, the Blink Stalkers did what they could. They had +2 attack at depths as well, are very useful. Disruptors on their own can get picked off very easily. So I'm not saying they did this all by themselves, but man, they just took out groups of Hydralisks, took out lurkers with ease. AgGaming tried to make it happen, but in the end, just didn't have an answer to those disruptors. And again, what I've seen before is White did lose in his EVP, where he was using disruptors because the Zerg player actually went for Vipers and used Abduct on the disruptors to abduct them into the Roach Hydra ball and kill them that way. So that's something that maybe you want to start doing, Zerg players. If you're watching this, if you have complaints about the disruptors, start making that happen. If you can do that in a game and send it to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com, I'll probably cast it, just so we can have examples of how to deal with the disruptor in this particular version of Legacy of the Void. So thank you so much for watching me today. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also share my stuff on Reddit and Facebook and Twitter and all those great places. Thanks again to everybody who has subscribed so far to my channel. 2,000 plus is more than I thought I would have, honestly, at this point in the game. It's been less than a year. I started this back in March of 2015, and to have 2,000 subscribers by now is just awesome. I'm so happy to be here with everybody, and thanks for your support, everyone, and I love you all very, very much, each and every one. So again, that's about it. Thanks again, and until next time, as always, enjoy the music at the end of the cast, and you take care of yourself.